All right, welcome to the 294th District Court. My name is Chris Martin. I'm going to call this morning's criminal docket. When you hear your name, please say present or here so I can acknowledge you. Misty Backus, Robert Campbell, Robert Baker Campbell, Tammy Crocker, Tammy Diane Crocker, Lindy Delaney. Got a note that Miss Delaney was admitted to Mother Francis Hospital today. We'll follow up. That's a sanctions court hearing. Relevant state at this point, I guess. Chasten Esslinger, Noemi Esquivel, Nicholas Fincher, Rebecca Hunter. But I know that Miss Hunter had tested positive for COVID. Has provided us a copy of that. We'll call that case later and I'll show you what I have. Mandy Jones, Amber Morphus, James O'Brien, Ashley Olds, Chester Lee Perry, Lena Price, David Reed, Bobby Richards, Lonnie Roberts, Shelby Stanberry, Lane Swanson, Cody Wheeler, Jake Wilson, Zanitra Porter. There's an agreement that that case is being, that motion to adjudicate is being dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court's going to grant the state's motion to withdraw and terminate on Miss Zanitra Porter and wait for her appearance here today. Preston Steele. Thank you, Sheriff. James Godwin. Brad Brewer. Tyler Burnett. Burnett. You heard from Mr. Burnett or Burnett? Okay. Jonathan Cutler. Here. Ryan Dancer. Here. Guido Dingemans. Here. Jared Duff. Jared Rosser Duff. Raimundo Flores. Raimundo Vaga Flores. Okay. We'll recall that one. Zachorian Fulbright. Court had received notice that Mr. Fulbright indicated that he was running late, probably an hour, more than an hour, and possibly was pulled over by law enforcement for speeding. That's all I know. Amber Gregson. Amber Elizabeth Gregson. Amber Harris. Lisa Holdren. Karen Lyons. Jason McDonald. Jason Wayne McDonald. Lenaria Miles. Joshua Nowak. Daniel Schmidlikofer. Preston Wilson. Preston Mitchell Wilson. Federal custody. Johnny Lee McMinn, CR 2361, Motion for continuance filed by Mr. Strife. Court granted that, set that for docket call on December 12th. Mr. Strife says that he is in trial in Gregg County today. Began that trial yesterday. Tiffany Light.
Here.
Lisa Cabinet.
Here.
All right, is there anyone who's present in the courtroom and I've not called your name? All right, do you have any attorneys that are ready? Mr. Harrison, you ready? Preston Steele, CR 23189. Morning, Mr. Harrison. All right, Mr. Steele, you'll raise your right hand. I'm going to place you under oath. Sir, do you swear that the testimony you give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir. You'll lower your hand. Mr. Steele, your name is Preston Roy Steele, is that correct? Yes. Mr. Steele, are you a United States citizen who reads, writes, and speaks English? Yes. Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental condition? No. In this case, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Brett Harrison. Are you pleased with Mr. Harrison in his representation? Yes. Buck, you've had enough time to discuss your case with him, have all of your legal questions answered. Yes, sir. You've gone over this pretrial intervention contract with Mr. Harrison. You signed some very important documents today, waiving some very important rights. You understand that you have the right to a jury trial in this case. In that trial, you have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses and confront them. You understand that? Yes. You understand that you also have the right to waive your right to a jury trial. Yes. And you and only you can waive that right. Mr. Harrison can't waive it. I can't waive it. The state can't waive it. Only you can. Yes, sir. Are you waiving your right to a jury trial intentionally, knowingly, and voluntarily in this case? Yes, sir. Meaning no one's pressured you, forced you, made you believe that you had to waive that right. Is that correct? Yes, sir. You understand by waiving your right to a jury trial, should you not successfully complete this pretrial intervention contract, that right to a jury trial will not be restored to you later. Understand that? Yes, sir. So there's an inherent risk in there. You understand that? Yes, sir. And Mr. Harrison, you joined with your client, Mr. Steele, in waiving his right to a jury trial. I do. You've admonished him and talked to him about what his rights are. All right. The court finds that the attorney for the state, Ms. Curry, has also waived the state's right to a jury trial. The court finds that Mr. Steele, having been admonished as to his right to a jury trial, has intentionally, knowingly, voluntarily waived that right. The court approves the waiver of a jury trial. Mr. Steele, you're also waiving a right to a speedy trial, and you're also limiting your rights of an expunction in this case, should you successfully complete the contract. If you completed the contract successfully without that waiver, you would be able to have all of your criminal records expunged with the state, meaning no agency that recorded your arrest or prosecution or anything of that nature would be able to retain records on you. You understand, though, today you're limiting that right, and you're if you successfully complete this, you're going to limit your right to request the DA's office and the probation department expunging your records. You understand that? Yes. Meaning that they're going to be able to retain your records for future use should you get arrested and indicted and prosecuted here in Dayton. Yes, sir. Well, and for that matter, maybe anywhere else. You understand that? Yes, sir. Okay. And I see in the contract, Mr. Harrison, it says that Mr. Steele was arrested for a lesser offense of possession of marijuana. Was he in fact arrested for a lesser, or is this a negotiated PTI agreement to a lesser? Should he not have taken?
It's a negotiated agreement to a lesser.
Okay, so he's not been arrested for possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces.
Actually, I think there was an associated possession of marijuana at the same time as the F2.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, and so Mr. Steele, you understand that should you violate any of the terms of this pretrial intervention contract, the state could notify the court and ask to have this case placed back on the docket in furtherance of their prosecution, and which could result in you being subjected to a bench trial on the offense of possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces, a Class B misdemeanor, which carries a potential range of punishment of up to 180 days confinement in the county jail and a fine not to $2,000. You understand that, right?
Yes, you're right.
All right, understanding all of that, you still wish to go forward, Mr. Steele, with this pretrial intervention contract for a period of appears to be 2 years. Harrison, you said this for a period of 2 years. I guess I'm not seeing that today. Yeah, cancel the new approach. I don't think it says 2 years. Read it. I don't think it says. It says a period of. Number 3. Yeah. All right, Mr. Steele, your agreement is to be in this program for a period of 2 years, and you understand the inherent risk of any violation of any of the terms of the contract, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Steele, has anyone threatened, forced, or pressured you to enter into this contract?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Steele, at this time, I would ask you, how do you plead to possession of marijuana of less than 2 ounces?
Guilty.
And you're pleading guilty because you are guilty of committing that crime, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And no one's pressured you to plead guilty, correct?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will accept the defendant's plea of guilt. I'll just take that under advisement during the period of the contract. Court approves the pretrial intervention contract for Preston Roy Steele for a period of 2 years for Class B possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces. All right, Mr. Steele, if you'll come forward and meet with Officer Ventura here, she will give you more information about the pretrial intervention.
Carl, that's just,
Yes, thank you, Mr. Harrison. You may. We have any other attorneys that are ready? Mr. Hawkins? Mr. Godwin, if you'll come forward, please. CR 23-140, 141. All right, Mr. Godwin is set for a docket call today in both cases. Go ahead, Mr. Hawkins.
After you have a second one, we're going to call, have I guess a witness supposed to come in to sign an affidavit, so expecting it sometimes today or tomorrow.
Any objection from the state?
Your Honor, no objection to the final outcome.
All right, court will grant Mr. Godwin the final docket call. Available January 4th, Mr. Lyons.
Judge, I'll be on the fourth. I have a COE speaker. Something other than I think the name right now, but it's a COE. It's starts at 4 business.
What about the 16th?
16th is good for judge.
All right.
Do that.
Court sets Mr. Godwin for a final docket call on January 16th. That'll be at 9 a.m. On that date, I'll expect to hear if there's an agreement or request for some type of trial.
Get your. Think that maybe it's you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. White, you ready? Yes. Are you ready on Tiffany Light?
That's correct.
Miss Light, you'll come forward, please. CR 20-259. All right, Miss Light is set for docket call today.
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to be able to set this for a plea, after his first year.
Any objection from the state?
Sure.
All right, Mr. White, are you available on January 4th?
I don't believe.
Can't do the 4th, what about the 16th or the 18th?
That's 18th is a Thursday.
Yes, sir.
If we could have the 18th.
Okay. Court sets Miss Light for plea on January 18th at 9 a.m. You're free to go, Miss Light. So, are you ready on Miss Cabernet? Yes, sir. Lisa Cabernet, CR 18-465. Your Honor, we're set for docket call at this point, and I've talked to Ms. Curry about this. I had made a records request, in this matter. I have not got the record back to the hospital yet. I'm gonna resubmit my request because I'm afraid it may have got over to people and maybe something wasn't right, so I'm gonna get the question. If we could set it as being pretty cool, I think that's. Okay. All right, court sets Ms. Cavanagh for additional docket call on January 4th at 9 a.m. Once she gets her notice, she's free to go.
$87 million of, down.
Who are you ready?
Jonathan Cutler.
Mr. Cutler. This is cause number CR 23-148, Mr. Cutler for Dr. Paul. Go ahead, Mr. Schmidt.
Judge, we're working with the state and asking additional doc call second from Mr. Cutler.
Any objections from the state, additional Dr. Paul, Mr. Cutler?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Schmidt and I have been discussing this case and I think an additional would benefit.
First Tuesday setting would be the 16th, Mr. Schmidt, of January. You want January?
It's like, one moment, Judge.
Said it earlier, I could have said it in December. I didn't know you, I need more time.
What was that date in January?
16th. That'd be the first Tuesday setting.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
All right, court sets Mr. Cutler for additional docket call, January 16th at 9 a.m. You ready on this?
Dingman's.
Mr. Dingemans. This is cause number CR 23-85. Mr. Dingemans set for docket call. Go ahead, Mr. Schmidt.
Yes, sir. We'd ask to set Mr. Dingman's for a plea on that January 16th date.
All right, court sets Mr. Dingemans for plea January 16th at 9 a.m. Once he signs his notice, he's free to go.
Ryan Dancer.
Mr. Dancer. CR 22-63. Go ahead, Mr. Schmidt.
Judge, we'd ask to set Mr. Dancer for a plea to the state's motion on January 16th.
All right, court sets Mr. Dancer for plea January 16th at 9 a.m.
Lisa Holdren.
Lisa Holdren. This is cause number CR 23-53, State versus Lisa Council Holdren, the docket call.
Correct, Judge. We're gonna announce ready for trial on Miss Holdren. There's still a possible likelihood that we can resolve it prior to trial, but at this point, we're ready.
Has the state made any offers to Mr. Holdren to Ms. Hedges?
They did, I don't recall.
Regardless of what the offer is, Ms. Holdren is rejecting all offers.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Holdren's aware of the court's policy of not accepting the plea after docket call.
Yes, sir.
All right, the court sets Ms. Holdren for plea on. I'm sorry, not plea, sets for trial beginning December. Actually, we'll do January. Let's do January 8th. Jury inspection. So Ms. Holdren, on January 8th, you'll report to the courthouse downstairs. You will not report to this courtroom. My staff will be down there. They'll check you in. You will not go to trial on that day, but you're in there on the court's rolling trial docket, meaning that your case is going to be called every month until it reaches trial. Mr. Schmidt's not going to be required to be here. because you're not gonna go to trial that day. But it's necessary that you check in to get your reset date and also check in with the pretrial release officer down there as well, okay? So that'll be downstairs about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Brad Brewer. This is cause number CR 23-6 for plea. Are we pleading today?
Judge, we're not, and I spoke to Ms. Curry this morning, she requested additional documentation on restitution amounts from DPS. It's how to get getting those documents, maybe material to our plea. And we've agreed to ask the board to push this on to January for plea. We intend to plead, but we're getting that part of it right.
Any update from the state?
Your Honor, I know the documents have been requested. I don't have an update as far as when we're expecting them. I'm hoping that by the January date, we will have everything that we need to make sure that all the restitution is lined up correctly.
In the event that you don't get that information, you anticipate the state going forward with plea with less than the restitution amount?
Your Honor, I expect if we don't, we'll be discussing with Mr. Schmidt and figuring out either going forward with some sort of agreed amount or perhaps filing a motion to continue so we don't have to keep doing this process every time. But I expect that by the next date, we'll have something a little bit more concrete figured out.
All right, January 16th.
Yes.
All right, court sets Mr. Brewer for plea January 16th. Who's next?
Karen Lyons.
Karen Lyons. So cause number CR 23-142, state versus Karen Lynn Lyons, docket call. Go ahead, Mr. Schmidt.
Judge, and I met with Mr. Hartwell, I guess at the beginning of last week, for whatever reason, Ms. Lyons, I believe, skipped her pretrial setting. As of last week, the state had opened up the discovery committee, so I just got it. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I did that, maybe not, but we'd asked for a pretrial setting on Ms. Lyons. Yeah. Hearing that.
We had her set for pretrial on 10/24. I believe that communicated there were no pretrial motions
I
necessary.
may have done that, Judge, and you know, if I did, what I'm telling the court is I got my wires crossed with another defendant. Because at the time, I hadn't received the discovery. If the court wishes, we can just put her on a additional docket call if I need any pretrial hearings. The court would grant leave to file those motions, and we will, and if I don't need to, we can just move forward.
Yeah, court will set Ms. Lyons for docket call, and I will grant permission to the defense to file pretrial motions if necessary.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's set that for January 16th.
Yeah, stay on my way. Area Miles,
Lanaria Miles. CR 22-39. Ms. Miles is set for motion to revoke.
that's correct, Judge. We had a tentative agreement stay, which we were hoping to enter into today. However, it's my understanding that the probation court is not on board with our solution, so we're gonna have to regroup and figure out what we need to do with Ms. Miles and her case.
We set for the contested docket on January 30th. All right, Ms. Miles is set for the contested motion to revoke docket January 30th.
Joshua Nowak.
Mr. Nowak. CR 23-65. Mr. Nowak set for pretrial.
That's correct, Judge. Been visiting with the state, gonna ask for an additional pretrial on Mr. Nowak. I think this is our third, maybe fourth pretrial setting. I do know that there's digital evidence that hasn't been analyzed, as well as I have a motion that discussed with the state that I'm gonna file with the court and next part of the motion.
What's the digital evidence we're waiting on? Remind me, cell phone.
Says it was probably 6 or 7 hard drives that were seized, as well as some other computer equipment. In a search warrant that have been submitted for forensic analysis, but have not received attention at this point.
The update from state.
Your Honor, I'm asking right now, if I can, get just a couple of minutes.
All right, court's going to set Mr. Nowak for an additional pretrial hearing on January 16th. Mr. Nowak, I show your delinquent on your payment to the pretrial police department. You can be able to make a payment today.
Yes, sir, I actually do get paid today.
How much can you pay today?
I don't know how much my check is, but I'm aiming for at least 100.
All right, then I ask that you make at least $75, 100 if you can afford it, minimum 75 today.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Harwell, when you get that update, just let me know. I just want to write it on my docket.
Yes, sir.
Who's next, Mr. Smith?
Daniel Schmidlkoffer.
Daniel Schmidlkoffer, CR 23-165. All right, Mr. Schmidlkoffer set for pretrial.
Judge, we don't have any contested pretrial at this point in time, and ask for a docket call setting on January 16th.
All right, court sets Mr. Schmidlkoffer for docket call January 16th. I think there are no pretrial motions. Mr. Schmidt, I'm gonna admonish your client about the TRN process and order.
Oh, yes, sir.
Mr. Schnellbacher, when you were arrested, you were not arrested in Van Zandt County, is that true? You were arrested in another county on this charge.
No, sir, I was arrested in Wheeler. It's
Sure.
Scott Shins, Mr. Shins.
You were booked into the Van Zandt County jail?
Yes, sir.
Well, they're indicating to me that they do not have your fingerprints or a tracking number. So I don't know what the issue is, but what I'm gonna ask you to do is, I'm gonna order you to do it. I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give you this order. I want you to take this out to the sheriff's department when you leave today.
Right.
Stop by there and show them this order. And you can talk to them about whether or not they already have your fingerprints. If you were arrested in Van Zandt and booked in here, they should have them. But if they don't, they're gonna need to get those today. They're not gonna change you out, gym cell and do all that. They're just gonna bring you back, take your digital fingerprints and get that process for the state and then let you go, okay?
Yes, sir. Just go down here when I leave here.
That way, yes. Yeah, you're gonna go down 64 west to the Van Zandt County Justice Center.
Yes, sir.
And just give them this right here and they'll know what to do. Alright, just be patient with them. They may not have them available for you immediately, but it's something we need to get done. But talk to them first about where you were arrested and the date and all that. They may have one, may just be an error.
Okay.
Alright, I think so. Need time, Mr. Schmidt? That's fine.
She said she hasn't made a payment since last time she was inspections for.
Mr. Wheeler? All right, Mr. Wheeler, it looks like you applied in with your probation department fee, your restitution, you did your 30 hours community service. So we're just gonna continue the same thing, another 30 hours community service, 65 for probation, 435 for restitution. I think we're getting really close to getting out of this quarter, right? All right, looking back on January 16th. 9 a.m. Cody, it looks like you've only got 6 months till you expire, so we stay on this right here. You're gonna expire on 5 without having to be extended, so you're really close. Just keep it up. Lonnie Roberts. All right, Mr. Roberts, you complied with all of your previous orders in our last sanctions court hearing. I'm gonna set you again for January 16th. And at 9 a.m. and ask that you complete the same thing, 65 for probation, $40 to the court, 10 hours community service. I think if you do this probably 2-3 more times, we'll probably get you out of sanctions court, let you go on about your business, reporting regularly, okay? Okay, all right. I'm gonna have you sign this and then we'll see you back in January. Okay. So something I want you to consider though, Lonnie, is that we're at the end of November now, so this is gonna kind of cover the December period, just because we're coming back in January, you need to be planning on having all of these things done in January too, because it's something we have to do every month. So I'm not bringing you back in December. I usually set things out about 30 days. Well, that's going to put us right around Christmas. We don't have any court settings, so I'm moving you to the middle of January. That means you need to have 65 probation, 40 to the court cost, 10 hours community service for December. You need to, as soon as December's over, you need to be working on those same things for January so that you don't fall behind. That way I can set you in February and you're not behind already. Okay, that makes sense? All right, sign this and we'll get you out of here. David Reed. All right, Mr. Reed, so it looks like you complied with your probation fees, you complied with your court costs, so if you didn't get all of your community service done. So I understand that you had the automobile accident, what is, so we'll be working with you on that, so. I'm gonna reset you for January 16th, same thing I told Mr. Reed, don't fall behind. Yes, sir. You are on your community service, which is gonna build up, okay? Yes, sir. So I'm gonna bring you back on January 16th. And 65 for probation and 65 for court costs and hours community service, okay?
Sounds good, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're welcome, sir. Okay, Colson. All right, Mr. Wilson, looks like you complied with all of your previous sanctions. Take your probation, your court collection, you did your community service. Let's do the exact same thing, but back in January 16th. Same thing I told the other two gentlemen. Going back in January, so you can start having those done for January. What I would like to see is, I'll set you for January, right? And you get all of these things done between now and January 16th, right? Yes. Or the Friday before. They'll report all of that, all that information come in. And I'm gonna then set you probably for February, right? For another sanctions board. What I would like to see happen is you report all of these same things for January to them without having to come to sanctions board. Then when we come back in February, you're already working on that. And we get you to doing it on your own, complying with it, and you're not gonna need them and me. You're gonna film on. Does that make sense? Yes. So don't let the Christmas holiday hop in here and throw you back on. About having to set you out, okay? So 125 for probation, 75 in court costs, 15 hours, okay? Any questions? Yes. Okay. Sign this and here you go. James O'Brien. All right, Mr. O'Brien, looks like you complied with your payments and your community service. I'm going to reset you to January 16th. I need to see the same thing, 65 for probation, 60 for court collections, 15 hours community service. Also need you to enroll in your drug offenders class.
Yeah, I'll start there.
You do start it, so are you already enrolled? Okay, good. We'll make sure that gets reported to your probation officer, then they'll take that thing off of your list, okay? All right, we'll see you back on January 16th, sign right there. Chasten Esslinger. CR 1917. All right, Mr. Esslinger, let's see here, it looks like. Looks like you're gonna expire next year in October. Let's see, you did, what? Did you work all the community service the first Monday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you got 50 hours of that, right?
No, sir, I should have 100.
I think you get 50 if you work all the first Monday,
Yeah, I've done it twice.
done it twice.
Sir.
All right, so let's have you come back on January 16th, same thing, I need 20 hour, minimum 20 hours community service. 65 to probation fees, 40 to court collection to restitution.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Last time I was in court, we spoke and talked about me going back to the rig. Told me if I had done my community service for that first Monday, you could have me off sanctions court.
All right, I don't remember. I think I said if you got caught up on your community service, once you got a lot of that knocked out, then we get you off.
Got you. That'd be fine.
When do you go, what's your rig schedule?
I should be, there is no set schedule right now because we're the company short staffed. But I should be going out this weekend if all goes as planned. Just waiting on the offer letter, and then after that, I gotta go do my UAs for them. And once that's done, I'll be starting. So I spoke to my father, should be aiming for this weekend is when I'll be going out. But I honestly don't know the schedule. There is no set schedule right now, but I need like court in advance. I can let them know in advance and try to work something out to make it here.
Well, let's do this. I'm gonna set you for January 16th. If you get your schedule, and you know that you're gonna be gone, you contact your probation officer. We can move you to a different court date, so we can meet, talk about these things. Get something set up that will work around your schedule, so that you can go to work, do all those things, and take care of your court business.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just stay in contact with them, let them know what you need, and we'll work with them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna say 20 hours community service, 65 to probation, 40 restitution.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But remember, we just gotta do it in this manner so that we can try to get you completed by October
Yes,
of
sir.
last year, because you fell so far behind. I was playing catch up. And
Yes, sir.
do a lot more, okay? Ms. Escobar. All right, Ms. Escobar, it looks like you're on deferred adjudication for assault of a public servant. You're set to expire in January of 2025, so we still have 13 months to go. Third degree felony, 2 to 10. I know say that you're not participating, you're not doing your community service, not making your payments, is all that true?
I got, I got behind because I wasn't employed. and I have 4 kids, so it's hard for me to get somebody to watch them. I went back to work and I applied for childcare, so hopefully that helps me put in more hours.
Where are you working on?
In Heath, Texas, CNA.
All right, so. I know it's gonna be difficult, but we've got to get you caught up on your community service. You've worked 15 hours, you've got 335 to go, 13 months. That's a lot. So you're going to figure out how to do that. That means, are you working Monday through Friday?
And I was working nights, so during the day I was sleeping.
All right, so, but you're back on days? And, how old are your kids?
I go from 11, 9, 5, and 1.
You have somebody that can help you watch those on the weekends, like do your community service?
Now I got the weekends off.
I mean, you got somebody to help watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna start asking somebody to help me out on the weekends.
This is what I wanna do. You need to do 20 hours of community service. So that's, however you wanna cut that up, 10 hours twice a month. 8 hours on 2 Saturdays, 4 hours on the other. You need to do 20 hours of community service per month. And I need you to pay $120 towards your probation fees. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna say, for 10 hours of community service, it's 1 day in jail. For the other 10 hours of community service, it's 1 day in jail. Failure to pay your 120 to probation will be 1 day in jail, okay? So we call this a 3-day jail buyback. If you, for every one that you comply with, a day in jail goes away, okay? So if you don't comply with these, then your sanction is gonna be, go spend a day in jail. And when you get out of jail, you're still gonna have to pay, you still got to do your community service. It's a carrot and a stick, it's an incentive, it's a little pressure to make sure that you understand this isn't something that you can just put on the back burner or ignore, okay? The whole purpose of sanctions court, have you been to sanctions court before? All right, the whole purpose of sanctions court is to prevent you from getting a motion to revoke filed. And you face the chance of either being convicted, because right now you're on deferred, you don't have a felony conviction. The motion to revoke is filed, and they prove that you violated by not paying, it's ability to pay, or if you're drinking alcohol. I have a note here that says you have a positive for ETG, and they could easily file a motion to revoke, and then you could be facing prison time, and then you've got a lot more trouble than trying to figure out who's gonna watch your kids when you can do community service. So the whole purpose of what we're doing here today is for me to try to help, and for probation to help keep you out of prison. We don't want you convicted, and we don't want you going to prison, okay? So this is kind of the incentive to go, okay, we can either do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. All right, even though this might not be easy, I need you to understand that making your payments to probation and doing your community service is very important. All right, failure to do those things could result in you being a convicted felon. And you want to talk about having difficulty in getting a job? Asking these people and you're convicted felons how easy it is to get a job or get a loan, or get anything that requires some kind of background check or credit score check. All those things pop up, all right? So if you understand what we're gonna do, if you don't do, I'm gonna reset you for January 16th. When you come back, I want you to have 20 hours of community service done, already turned into probation, for them to have it written down and have your $120 to probation.
Okay.
We can get you caught up and going to where you're doing community service on your own, you're being on your own. You can do We can do sanctions court until we see that you're able to accept that responsibility and do it on your own. Once we see that commitment, then we'll take you out of sanctions court. You can save the building.
Okay. Yes.
Bobby Richards. All right, Mr. Richards, let's see, you're on deferred adjudication for abandoning or endangering a child. State jail felony carries a range of punishment. If you were to be convicted, not less than 6 months in prison or more than 2 years in prison. It says that you've got 1 year left on probation. Looks like you're supposed to get off, actually less than a year. You've got October of 2024. You're way behind in your community service. You got 203 hours to go. You've got roughly 11 months to do it. So if you do the math right there, it's gonna be a lot. This is what I would do, Mr. Richards, this is what I propose. I need to see, we need to do the same thing that we're gonna do for Ms. Esquivel. I'm gonna give you a 3-day jail buyback. So I'm gonna impose 3 days in jail. The way you get out of that is you do 10 hours, 10 hours community service for one of those, 10 hours community service for the other one, and pay $120 to the probation part towards your fees. If you do those 3 things, there will be no jail time. For every one of those that you don't do, there'll be 1 day in jail. Just like I told her, you get out of jail, still owe it. We gotta do community service, so it doesn't make sense not to do it, okay? Are you working?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, are you working Monday through Fridays, or what are you working?
Monday through Fridays, and also sometimes I work on weekends too. I'm working 2 different jobs right now because I'm the sole provider in the house. And the reason why I got behind on mine was I was wanting my wife to get hers done first. And we got her set up, so now I gotta try to figure out how to get all of mine taken care of, so we both get off at the same time.
Is she gonna be helping you take care of things at home while you're
Yes.
take care of these things? Okay. All right, so you're familiar with the way these things work.
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, well, let's do our best to keep you on deferred, keep you out of prison, keep you out of jail. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll come back on January 16th. So 20 hours community service, $120 of probation. If you have an opportunity to work the first Monday, you can knock out 50 hours in the weekend.
That's exactly what I'm fixing to do.
I know.
Got it set up now that with the guys that I work for, I have to work on weekends and there's no ifs, ands, buts, so I'm squared away.
Oh, you said you are working on weekends?
Yes, sir, but Saturdays, we go to Edgewood, I go to Edgewood and do Heritage Park on Saturday.
Well, that works.
Sundays, I can work on Sundays, so they understand that Saturdays has to be a day for me, but not for them.
Okay, so you plan on going to Heritage, to take care of your community service? That's a good plan.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, Olds. All right, so yours is just money. You're just making payments. So probation said that you missed your last month's payments.
I had a car wreck a couple weeks ago and I totaled my car. So the next day I had to take $1,500, go put down on a new car, which kind of set me back a little bit, but I have a bonus coming either this week or next week. They don't give you a definite. But when that bonus comes in, I'm gonna pay you catch up with it.
Okay. All right, we'll see you back on January 16th. Same amount you've been paying, 135 to probation, 110 to court collections. That's just to get you done by July. So you're 8 months, you're pretty close. Chester Perry. It's Chester Perry here. Amber Morvis. CR 2285. All right, Ms. Morpus, it says that you didn't pay your probation or your legal elections money, you didn't do your community service.
My ride, every time I schedule someone to pick me up, they would cancel last minute. And then the guy I was dating, maybe quit my job. He's very abusive, but he's now in jail because he assaulted me a couple weeks back. But Jennifer Lamprey, my caseworker with the Andrews Center, she has helped me to set up Go Bus as transportation. And she's also helping me find a different job.
Have you found a job yet?
I have a job interview tomorrow.
Is Ms. Lamprey able to help you with, like I said, Go Bus? Is that to get you to community service? Is that all?
That's to get me to help me get to community service to and from work and here, which she actually brought me here today because my ride canceled last night.
Okay, all right, so Ms. Morpus, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? And I'm not gonna put any jail time on these sanctions that I'm giving you today, but you need to pay 65 for probation. You need to get caught up, you're behind, and you missed the last month, so you're falling even further behind. I'm not gonna increase those amounts to you right now, but just know that the closer we get to April of 2026, if you don't catch up on your own, we're gonna have to increase these amounts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 65 for probation, 50 to court collections, 20 hours to community service.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ms. Morpus, you know, I see that you completed your cognitive education class, but you just have to pay for it to get your.
Yes, sir.
So I know that's another money thing. So I'm just not telling you have to have that done. I'm just telling you, you won't be able to get that certificate until you get paid, okay? All right, good luck on your job. Okay?
Thank you.
Enterprise, CR 2188. Mr. Price, looks like. Paid your probation fees, you paid your court collections, those were good. The third thing you need to do was your community service. It says you didn't get your 20 hours done. What happened there?
I did get the community service, and I got 28 hours done. I've got the picture on my phone too.
Did you turn that into your probation
I,
officer?
I emailed it to her, yes, sir, I did.
When did you do that?
I think it was like last week or something. I still got it on my phone when I emailed her and everything.
Who's your probation officer?
Miss Daniels.
I have a seat. Let me check on that real quick. We'll call you back after a second.
Okay.
Misty Backus, CR 21-158. All right, Misty, it says that you didn't pay all your probation fees, but you paid most of them. You paid about half of your court collections. It says you didn't do any of your community service. Did you do any community service?
Yes, I turned my stuff in, yes.
You gotta turn that in the Friday, about Friday before, in order for that to get credit. How many hours did you turn in?
20.
20? Where'd you do those at?
I did the food drive,
Food drive? Where you get the canned goods?
yes, and the chicken part.
What about your weekly counseling? See some
Yes,
issues
I'm
with that?
attending those. The virtual one where you do it on the computer, we got mixed up with the email address. So I did one on Saturday to make up for those classes.
All right, so you gotta make sure those hours get turned in the week before sanctions court.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way that they're gonna have time to get it, process it, put it on these dockets, and get it to me in time. Okay. I'm gonna reset you for January 16th, and let's do the same things. 65 for probation, 115 to court collections, 24 hours community service, and make sure that you're attending your weekly counseling.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Danielle says she hasn't received anything from her. Oh, that county, so no, she didn't turn anything in.
Ms. Price. Do me a favor, I want you to go over to probation. Go over to the probation department real quick and meet with your probation officer. I think there's some kind of issue with emailing of the community service certificate. Run over there, meet with her real quick and get that squared away, then you come back.
Okay, well, where do I go? I can't remember how to get there.
It's just one block north here behind that mobile station. Like you're going towards First Monday grounds.
Okay,
The courthouse annex is right over there, so you can walk, you exit the courthouse, Exit out the front door,
Yes, sir.
down the first road, and follow it straight down. Before you get to the first Monday gates for the cemetery, the building's there on your right. Go in the middle of that building, and your
Yes, sir.
probation officer's there.
Yeah, I'll do that, sir.
All right, go ahead and do that and come back.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Mandy Jones, CR 17. Ms. Jones, it says that you paid your court collections. You worked 6 out of your 10 hours on community service. Why did you not get all 10 done?
I wasn't aware that, I thought we did get 10 hours over there in Heritage Park. They're not
Yeah.
doing that no more.
It's only showing 6.
Oh,
And then it says that you came up short, or it says you didn't pay your probation fee. Pay your probation.
I have it in my receipt right here. I paid it this morning.
You gotta pay it the week, you gotta pay it the week before we get here, by Friday before. Can't pay, I'm thank you for payment, alright, that's what you need to do. But what you're ordered to do is to get all that done the week before, so that the probation department has time to process. See, they prepare these for me, usually the day before. And they're not showing your payment because they didn't get it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Well, I came to pay it Friday, but I wasn't aware that they were closed.
Yeah, that was the holiday schedule. So you gotta
Yeah.
make sure that you pay it before, okay? All right, so you're doing your community service at Heritage Park, all right. Well, they're only showing 6, so you wanna make sure that whatever receipt you're getting for that, make sure the probation department gets it, and make sure that you're getting credit. If you think you're doing 10 hours, make sure that Heritage Park is reporting 10 hours, that you see that, and that probation is getting that. Okay, because they're only showing 6 based on whatever documentation's been sent in. So you need to square that away with Heritage Park and probation officer, okay? All right, we're gonna come back on January 16th. And so let's do the same thing, 65 for probation, 55 to court collections, and 10 hours community service, okay? Get all that done the week before that 16th. Yeah. Shelby Stanberry. All right, Shelby, it looks like we did community service, we did 19 hours community service, we did you paid $333 for collections. You're set to expire, we had to extend you till May of 2024, so you're 6 months away. And you're 6 months away to being on the deferred. That would be a huge accomplishment. All right, that'd be a big improvement to your life, would it not? All right, so we gotta buckle down these last 6 months, and get it done, okay? You're gonna have to work in order for you to expire on time, all right? To complete your probation on time without getting extended or adjudicated. You're still behind in your community service, so we're gonna need minimum 16 hours per month. Okay, 16 hours per month. And you have to pay $105 to court collections, take care of your fines and court costs and all that. That's to expire on time. So if you want me out of your life, you want all of them out of your life, come May 10th of 2024. This is what you gotta do.
Yes.
Okay, are you working?
Not right now, but I have a job interview.
You have a job interview?
But I'll be working like double weekends at a nursing home. So I'll still be able to do like Thursday and Friday on first Monday.
Okay, that's what I was gonna recommend. If you find yourself with a full first Monday weekend available,
I'm gonna try to do that this week.
I would sacrifice my time. I would go get 50 hours. And I'll turn in those 50 hours. You only have 90, looks like 93 to go. 2 first Mondays, first Monday and a half. You're done. You're done. You don't have to worry about that. Won't be every day, don't be worried about it. And then it just be about, the $100 a month. For your work collection. All right, so let's come back on January 16th. Knock out those hours, get that payment done, okay? Now, just like I told the other individuals in here, I'm not bringing you back in December. So there's a month that you're responsible for on January 16th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Beginning January 1, you need to start working on the January month. Okay, don't say, well, hey, I did all that for December and I'm coming in court in January, so I'm gonna get credit. Judge is not gonna be mad at me. But when I reset you for February, you don't want to fall behind the whole something. Okay, so get this done for December and then start working on January, start getting ahead so that they're real happy with you. They put nice things about you on the paper and you get to the front of the stack, we're getting on with it. Okay, all right, you're really close. Let's get you out of here. Let me do one more. Lane Swanson. All right, Lane, looks like you come up short on a couple of things. You did comply with your probation fees. It says you came up short on your court collections and your community service.
I have the court record on my card where I paid the court. I might have done the wrong thing again because I've done it in the past and they had to search for it. For the community service, I know a couple of the weekends it was raining, so I assume they didn't. And I was gonna do the 40 canned goods or whatever it was. I thought I missed it. I tried calling my probation officer to confirm if I did or not. She never answered and never gave me a call back. I was just told today that it's still going on, so I could try to get it caught up if that was okay with you.
So you're gonna do that today?
I'll do it tomorrow, but I will get it done tomorrow. I have a funeral to go to today.
Okay. Looks like you have a little bit longer. You have till January, not a whole lot longer. You got about
Things like
13
you're in a couple of
months.
months. Yes, sir.
13 months, January 5th of 25.
Yes, sir.
So roughly 13 months, so. We gotta keep you at 65 for probation, 125 in court, 10 hours community service, so. Need to make sure that you get your payment, court collection thing worked out, make sure that.
I can, if you don't mind, I can show them on my card statement where it says I paid it, because like I said, I might have hit the wrong thing and
I
paid
don't mind you.
county.
When we get done, here, we give you a new date, go over there, get everything squared away, that way
Yes,
you leave, you know exactly what you have credit for, what you don't.
Yes, sir.
And then you can take care of your community service hours, that catches you up. If you do the canned good things, that'll catch you up
Gotcha.
for those two things.
Yes, sir.
So when we come back on January 16th, I'm gonna want you to have taken care of those things for December. To be well on your way to taking those things, taking care of those things for January.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Stay right there. Let me read this. Amber Harris. CR 23-161. All right, Ms. Harris, if you'll raise your right hand, I'm going to place you under oath. Now, do you swear that the testimony you give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You can lower your hand. Your name is Amber Danielle Harris, is that correct? Ms. Harris, are you a United States citizen who reads, writes, and speaks English? Have you ever been diagnosed with any type of mental condition?
I have a few, but nothing facilitating, yes.
Yeah, what?
I have a few, but nothing debilitating.
What have you been diagnosed with?
Bipolar disorder and PTSD, anxiety disorder.
Are you on medication or under treatment for those?
I have ADD. No, I'm not taking anything at the moment.
All right. Do you feel like any of those issues are affecting your ability to understand what's going on in this case here today? No. In this case, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Richard Schmidt. Are you pleased with Mr. Schmidt and his representation?
Yes, sir.
Feel like you've had enough time to talk to him about your case, that you've had all of your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything about the plea paperwork that you've read over and signed today that you do not understand?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Schmidt, do you believe your client to be competent?
I do.
And you believe that she's entering into this plea intentionally, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Harris, you were originally charged with a third-degree felony offense of assault of a family or household member by impeding breath or circulation. It appears that the plea agreement today would be for a lesser reduced charge of Class A misdemeanor assault causes bodily injury. No family violence, correct? That would carry a range of punishment if convicted and sentenced to not more than 365 days in county jail and a fine if imposed of not more than $4,000. Do you understand that full range of punishment? I see that the plea agreement is that upon your plea of guilty, the state's recommending that you be convicted of this offense, that you be assessed 1 year confinement in the county jail, and the state's recommending that your sentence be suspended today and you be placed on community supervision or probation for a period of 2 years, also being assessed a $500 fine plus court costs and reimbursement. Is that your understanding of the plea, Ms. Harris? All right, Ms. Harris, as to the charge of Class A misdemeanor assault causes bodily injury, how do you plead? Are you pleading guilty to that crime because you are guilty of committing that crime?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone threatened, forced, or pressured you to plead guilty? Court accepts the defendant's plea of guilty at this time. Mr. Schmidt, any objections to the stipulation of evidence?
No objection.
All right, the stipulation is admitted and the court takes judicial notice of the defendant's judicial confession. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Can you update the court on the victim impact statement in compliance?
Yes, Your Honor. Victim impact statement was sent out and is received. The victim is in agreement with this plea, Your Honor. The one request was a no contact condition as part of probation, which is in the conditions of probation. And as far as the reduced charge, Your Honor, after confirming with the victim, there was no dating relationship or other family relationship that would fall under the Texas Family Code. So really the evidence supports this plea agreement.
Thank you, Mr. Harbaugh. Anything further from the defense? Court's reviewing the evidence. All right, the court, having reviewed the evidence, finds that there is sufficient evidence to convict Ms. Harris of this offense. The court will follow the plea agreement today recommended by the state. Court hereby convicts Amber Danielle Harris of assault causes bodily injury, a class A misdemeanor, assesses her punishment at 1 year in county jail, suspends that sentence today, places her on 2 years community supervision, assesses a $500 fine, $270 in court costs, $515 reimbursement fees. Ms. Harris should provide remainder to the custody of the probation department so they carry out the terms and conditions of the sentence. I'm gonna have you come forward and meet with Deputy Martinez, and the probation officer to tell you about what's next. Mr. Schmidt, you want to announce? Mr. Fulbright. Mr. Fulbright. All right, this is cause numbers CR 22-214, CR 23-138, CR 23-139. Mr. Fulbright set for Dr. Paul and Mr. Schmidt.
That's correct, Judge. Reaching an agreement with the state, as Mr. Fulbright, he said for it.
All right, court said that Mr. Fulbright declares plea January 16th. Is that a 9 a.m. plea or a 1:30? 9 a.m. Fulbright's ready to go. Other than Mr. Schmidt, you just will address it, might show that he's delinquent $580 on each holiday, so. The court obviously uses that as an indication of whether or not with court orders on.
Yes, sir.
court calls cause number CR 23-174-175-176, state versus Tyler Shea Burnett. Court finds that Mr. Burnett is in custody in the Kaufman County Jail, set for arraignment today. Court's gonna reset this for arraignment on January 16th in each case. Since I'm sure you on that the bond for the debate sessions that I was. Yeah, Mr. Schmidt, do you know anything about Mr. Tyler Abraham? So that he is, caught on a felony theft, felony marijuana, UUNB, misdemeanor, fictitious registration.
Yes.
Well, the charges that you have with the state.
Yes.
Sessions.
Something as well. Bonded out of here, we PR and from Smith County.
Yeah, they're showing he's being held on TVCJ. Of course, do we want to bench warrant Mr. Burnett at all? It looks like he's being held in Kaufman County on additional charges, but it looks like he's already received some type of TVCJ sentence, presumably out of Smith County.
If I recall.
What's this on pretrial?
I don't know if he heard vote on that. It's been about a year.
Your Honor, I think we probably would request a bench warrant on these ones. Given that one of them is at least a second-degree felony, I think we'd be interested in pursuing at least some of this.
All right, Ms. Tabor, we are going to. We'll bench warrant Mr. Burnett for January 16th. All right, court call CR 23-179-180, state versus Jared Rosser Duff, set for arraignment today. Mr. Duff is Henderson County. The charges are PCS, carrying of a weapon, post live. Over charges, September 21 charges, continuous violence against the family, criminal trespass, misdemeanor. Borrow by the felon. Their request to bench warrant Mr. Duff for Henderson.
Yes, Your Honor, this one has a co-defendant who we're also trying to work out both cases.
Is that co-defendant represented by someone?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Bryant.
Roger. All right, the court will issue a bench warrant for Mr. Dove for January 16th. I'll be able to get those the same day. All right. You have any updates? You said that you got Mr. Flores and CR 23.50 may have been reported. Do you have any information on that?
Judge, I do know that, he was in custody for about 9 months. Fairly soon.
You're not over there. Types of government website. I'll check. All right, so the court will issue any of these, can you stay on the first bond? Find out because some of those will have defendants. Put a whole line of just go. And finally, CR 23.151, State versus Jason Wayne McDonald, it's in custody in the Smith County Jail, and I believe that you said that. Did you believe that to be, oh no, this Mr. Wilson makes better. We don't know why. Smith. All right, then we'll move forward. We'll move forward to CR 23-83, State versus President Mitchell Wilson. So the pretrial today, Mr. Wilson is showing in custody in the Henderson County Jail with a federal detainer. State having information or knowledge on Mr. Wilson and your desire to move forward.
I don't, Your Honor. I'll try to get an update for the court. And pass that along.
All right, court will set Mr. Wilson for a status of federal custody on January 16th. So on Mr. Donald, I'll just reset now for status of custody. And we'll see what kids can find out. If there's a request, they just want to now, January 16th. All right, this is cause number CR 20-118. State versus Nicholas, Christopher Fincher, motion to adjudicate. Mr. Fincher, I had reset the case to give you time to hire an attorney. Did you hire an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, did you try to hire an attorney?
No, sir. I decided to represent myself. I had like $600, so I put 300 on the court cost, and then I'm gonna put another 300 on the probation cost. And I started doing my community service at the Civic Center.
Hang on, if you're gonna represent yourself, there's other things I've gotta take into consideration before I can just approve that. Let me review your motion real quick. All right, Mr. Fincher, without giving me too many details, okay? I want you to just answer the question that I asked, okay? Because if you're gonna represent yourself, we'll need to talk about some other things. But in your motion, there's an allegation that you have committed another crime in another county that is part of your motion to revoke. Is that case pending still in Fannin County? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In Fannin County, are you represented by an attorney?
Yes, sir.
In Fannin County, have you been deemed indigent and the court appointed you an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Who is your attorney in Fannin County?
I would have to look that up. He's a divorce attorney, but he got pop stars. He has a law firm in Sherman, I think.
Sherman, Texas, like near Oklahoma.
Yeah, close up there.
And he's going to Fannin County, which is south. It's Fannin.
I guess he's trying to expand.
Where's Fannin County? It's
outside, so it's pretty cool.
so it's pretty close.
From here.
No, from Sherman.
It's close to Sherman, it's here.
When's your next court date in Fannin County?
Tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And what are you set for? What kind of hearing?
Not sure.
Sure. All right, what I'm gonna do, Mr. Fincher, before we talk about you representing yourself, I'm gonna reset you till January. And I'm gonna look to hear more information about whether or not your attorney resolves the case in Fannin County.
Yes, sir.
Before we see how that may impact your case here. Okay, so I'm not telling you that you can't represent yourself. I'm telling you right now, I want to put that off, and I want to deal with, you're still on probation here. Okay, so your payments and all that, those things are necessary. They're still ordered, all right? So you're still on probation, still got to report, still got to comply, got to do all those things. But I'm going to reset you until January 16th. And go to your court date tomorrow. Talk with your attorney and let them know that this case down here is waiting to see what happens in that other case for a moment. I'm not saying that if they reset your case to March, that you're going to get a reset. I'm just telling you that I want to wait and see. And I want to wait till January before we talk more about whether or not you're going to represent yourself. Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
You're gonna sign that notice of appearance, and we'll see you back on January 16th.
She's on her way back and she did work her hours.
Okay, so they got. Are you done with me? You done with me?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sorry. Campbell. This is the sanctions court hearing. All right, this is the sanctions court hearing, CR 19-108, service Robert Baker Campbell. All right, Mr. Campbell, I think we did last time. We did a 3-day jail buyback, right?
Yes.
All right, so we put a couple things out there. We said register for your batter's intervention. Pay 65 for probation. You did that. 125 to the court. It says that you failed to do that. What? Hang on, just a second. I'll give you a chance. Work 10 hours community service. It says you failed to do that. And you failed to register for the bid. So tell me what you did do or didn't do.
Yes, sir. I did the 15 hours community service. I had to find money in my, I was work fees in my pocket.
Where did you do the community service?
Helping Hands. I talked to Mr. Todd West. Did you got to set up for him?
Okay. When did you do that?
It was this was last weekend.
But did you turn it in? Did you turn it in last week when you did it?
No, sir. No.
Okay. So Robert, I need you, I'm glad you did it. That's progress, but I need you to turn it, as soon as you do it, turn it in the week before. Because what they do is they have to put all these dockets together for me. Yes, sir. Tell me if you're complying or not. Yes, sir. So that would take one of those things off the list. So you have money today for what?
My usual $200
for your court costs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're gonna pay that today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about your
Bib class? I did not have her. No, sir, I did not have the money to do it.
well, does it cost money to register or just to take it?
Just
For what?
Just to take it, can you register for free?
I think if you register, then you pay, you good.
Okay, so we just need you to register for it, you don't start taking it yet, just register for it and sign up for
I
it.
didn't know I could do that. I had one that told me they wanted the money up front.
They have changed it.
Yeah, I'm not certain on that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset you for January 16th. And let's go along the same things, all right? Let's get you registered for your bid. Okay. Let's do the 65 probation. Pay your 125 today, okay? So I'm not gonna bring you back in December, okay? I'm gonna bring you back in January.
Yes.
But when you come back in January, I'm looking for the December compliance. Okay,
Yes.
so that means what you're paying today is gonna cover November. Okay,
Everything will be doubled in January. Is that
but
correct?
it won't be double,
It'll just cover December. Okay.
So what I want is today you're responsible for all of these things for November.
Yes.
Okay, so. When you pay your court costs that it's showing delinquent, you say you have it, go pay it today, that's gonna cover November.
Yes.
You're going to pay that again for December.
Yes.
So when we come back in January, all of that's gonna be December that we're talking about. Okay,
Okay.
all right, good. So what I'm telling you is when you come back in January, we're gonna come back on the 16th. You already need to be working on complying with all of these same things for January too. So when I have you come back in February, you're not a month behind.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I'm not bringing you back in December.
Yes.
If I were bringing you back at the end of December, you could pay your community service, we'd be squared away. We're gonna skip December because of the holidays. Okay, so it means we're gonna bump over to January. I don't want you to fall another month behind because we're not. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So your 15 hours you did, I said work 10, you did 15, that's good. So you're gonna have 5 hours to carry over to something else, okay? So whenever you do your 10 hours for December, your 125 for court costs, your 65 for probation, enroll in that class, all of that we do for that January date. And when I set you for February, you need to have already been started working on your January stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I just don't want people to get confused because we're skipping a month. Okay, makes sense? Alright, so we're gonna come back on January 16th. And we're gonna do 65 for probation, 125 to the court. Minimum 10 hours community service. You do more, it's great. It only gets you ahead.
Yes, sir.
Right? You said you did it at Helping Hands. What did they have you do?
I did some plumbing work for an older lady that, had leak and I cleaned residents up that had water damage and.
Good. All right, Robert, we'll see you back on January 15th. I've got all these things written out for you here. I'll keep on working with you on your class. I know money's tight. I know you're taking care of your dad. So just make the best effort you can and get current on these things, and we'll work with you on the class. Eventually, we're gonna have to take it, but I understand the money issue. I understand what you said about your dad.
Thank you.
So I'm telling you, I'm paying attention to what you're telling me.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, so you got squared away on your community service.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're good on that. All right, so we're gonna come back on January 16th. This is CR 2188. We're gonna come back on January 16th. And let's do those same things, $60 to probation, 65 to court collections, 10 hours community service, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks for going over there and getting that squared away.
You're welcome.
All right, sign right here and, good job here. See you back on page 16. Okay. Oh, hang on, let me see that. No, there we go. I'm sorry. Lena, I had put on here a 3-day jail buyback. Because you're doing pretty well, I'm gonna take that off.
Okay,
Take that off and just say, hey, these are our goals that we need to meet, okay?
thank you, sir.
You're welcome. My bad.
Have a great day.
Cheers. Braxton. All right, the state of Texas versus Raymundo Vada Flores, CR 23150. Mr. Flores' name has been called loudly, distinctly 3 times in the courthouse with no response. He was ordered to be here, provided notice in today's setting, expelled to appear. The court hereby issues a judgment not signing alias KPS on his personal bond. Court has also called the name of Amber Elizabeth Braxton, GRAGSON. Ms. Braxton was granted a personal bond, ordered to be here without a notice setting for arraignment. They failed to appear as ordered. Name has been called loudly and distinctly 3 times in the courthouse with no response. The court hereby issued a judgment not signing and alias KPS on the personal bond of Amber Elizabeth Braxton. That concludes the court's criminal docket for the morning. We're going to stand in recess until 1:30 for the afternoon jail time.